Hello, this is my pitch for my short 3D animation called Escaping Reality. The main idea of it is that it's a short animated story about a person reading a book called Escaping Reality in a cafe and experiences what they presume to be an earthquake. After going outside to explore it, they stumble upon a non-earthly creature that leads them to the source of the earthquake, a mystical portal that allows them safe passage to a fantastical universe. So I'm just going to go on to the pictures I collected from my visual direction. These sort of cover the main ideas I have for the animation. So the first one shows a cafe scene, and I want to capture the typical sort of modern day cafe and busy city vibe, and this is important so that the viewer can relate to the environment. For number 2, I want to capture this eerie effect after the so-called earthquake has occurred, and this will help reinforce the story as it will create suspense within the viewer to what is going on. For this top middle one, number 3 of the strange cat, I used this a lot as inspiration for the mystical creature that's going to be in the animation. And for number 4, I wanted to take away from the image the magical feeling of the portal, how it entices you, and it's something unlike anything you would ever see in reality, and this will help set that the person is going to transition from a real world into another strange world. For number 5, I looked at this scene from Inside Out as inspiration, where they go through the stage of abstracted thinking. I wanted to take a bit of this and incorporate it into the portal to show a change in worlds, that everything is literally being abstracted. And for number 6, this is merely an example of an almost like fantasy world. I want to make sure that it looks the complete opposite from the high-rises you'd normally see in a city. And this is my rough storyboard here. And a background idea for this short animation is that the book that the person is reading, called Escaping Reality, is actually about the person reading it, and we see this through the animation from like the pages turning when the person leaves the book and seeing that person in the book. And some extra info to help read the storyboard a bit better is that the scenes are listed down the left hand side, so you know which scenes are in which order, and the orange highlighted ones indicate the main parts in the animation. So from start to finish, it's basically a person in a cafe, chilled out, having coffee, reading a book called Escaping Reality. We see that inside the book there's illustrations of rubble and of people running. The light begins to shake in the cafe, and the person believes this to be an earthquake and hides. Once the tremors subside, the person peeks over to look outside before building up the courage to venture outside. The camera will show the person exiting the cafe and then zoom out to show the book, Escaping Reality, slowly beginning to turn pages. Once the person is outside, we witness an eerie, misty environment with crashed cars and lampposts. People are running away from a particular street. The person goes to inspect and sees a non-earthly bizarre creature. The person follows this creature and sees it leap into a portal. At this point, we cut back to the book, back in the cafe, which is now flipping pages fast. We see the person inspect the portal, testing what happens if they put their hand in. We cut back to the book and see the page settle, and we see an illustration of the person running towards the portal. We zoom into the illustration until it takes up the entire screen and see the person actually running into the portal. We then see them fall through this portal, which has abstracted elements, and land in this bizarre, fantastical new universe. It then cuts back to the book at the cafe, which closes and ends on its final page. This signifies that the short animation is now over and the story has ended. Next up is some of the 2D concept art I've created. These are just some quick examples of the potential camera angles maybe, or the main scenes, such as the opening scene in the cafe and the discovery of the portal, and then also being in the portal. I've also then went through some ideas for what the strange unearthly creature could look like. I wanted to create something that would be a hybrid of animals, so I can create a weird mix of them. I ended up settling on a dog, sheep and deer with 3 eyes for some reason. It looked kind of funny and almost whimsical, and as a result alluring, and I thought it would be just super strange rather than a scary dragon or whatever. And lastly, this is some 3D grey boxing that I had done over the week. The top one is the potential cafe scene, and the bottom one is the potential portal scene as well. I hope I managed to get across the sort of main idea I had for my animation. An idea I was thinking about for the book is I might want to incorporate some type of 2D animation onto the pages, like the words occurring and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure if that would even be allowed because it's supposed to be focused on 3D animation, but it is a question that I do have. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for listening.